and I both believe that you are the voice for the people, and we believe that you are the voice for our future. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much. And this, Dan, this is about, again, this is not about me. This is about the folks of the 8th District. And, I want to make sure they know that. This is not an ego trip for me. This is not power. This is not money. This is about the future of our country and my children. And that's why I'm doing this.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I think she supports you.
I hope so.
I'm sure. Stephen Fincher.
I hope so.
Stephen Fincher is here. As far as if you are elected and you go to Washington, D.C., and of course you got to spend a lot of time in Washington. Does your wife work? Or?
No, she doesn't. She's a stay-at-home mom. She helps me with the farm, with paperwork. But we won't move. We will stay here. I will continue to sing gospel music on the weekends. We do that almost every weekend in churches all over the district. I want to continue to stay in touch with the voters and the people of the district. Our representatives seem to get out of touch real easy with what's going on in the real world, and I don't want to do that, Dan. I want the people of the 8th District to hold me accountable for my actions. If we would hold our public servants accountable, I think things would go a whole lot better. So you be at my house in Frog Jump if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, and hold me accountable. And I think you will, Dan. I think you will. I think you will.
Let's catch this with Nate. You're live with Stephen Fincher. How are you? You're on the air. Go.
Yes, me?
Yeah, that's you. Go.
Yes, I would like to say that I'm a Stephen Fincher supporter. If you haven't met him, you need to, and get the facts for yourself. He's pro-life. He's a true conservative. He's the only one that was willing to stand up against John Tanner 6 months ago, and nobody else was in the race, and they all waited to get in after Tanner announced he was going to resign.
Ma'am, thank you so much. You know, a lot's been made of that, Stephen. You're the guy that stepped up against John Tanner. Then there's another school of thought, and that is there's a deadline, and Kirkland met the deadline to file a run, and Flynn did, and Randy Smith did. You see anything wrong with that? Although they got in the race, I've heard, too late, but actually they got in before the filing deadline.
Well, no. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with what they've done. I was the only one to take on Tanner, and after he did decide to retire, they did get in. I'm going to tell you a story about my middle son, and this really, really hits home with me, Dan. And hopefully, what I'm doing as a parent and a person. My middle son, my children go to school at Trinity Christian Academy. And my middle son is in the 5th grade. He moved to the 6th grade, and they have what they call a bridging ceremony. And his teacher gave him an award. They give every child an award when they move from 5th to 6th. Well, we had this ceremony, I guess, about maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and she asked Noah, he's 11, to come up, and he's pretty rough around the edges, Dan, like I am, and I didn't know what he was going to get, and his teacher started tearing up. And I said, they're going to kick him out of school. I said, there's no telling what he's done. But she said, I've given this award twice in 5 years. And she says, Noah will stand when it's hard to stand. And I watched my middle son, and do you know what the award she gave him was, Dan? It was integrity. My 11-year-old son. Now, Dan, if nothing else, I teach my children, other than that, of being someone that will stand for their principles. You know, we can agree to disagree to agree to disagree. But standing on your principles. And hopefully I'm teaching my children that our Christian faith is important, that standing for this country is the greatest country in the world, and doing what you believe is right. And I'm proud that my son got that award, and hopefully he will take and follow the footsteps of his mom, because she's a whole lot better role model than me. But I am really blessed to have a good family.
Well, congratulations, Stephen. That's far cry from the bumper sticker that my mom used when I was in school. She had a bumper sticker that says, "My son is an honor student at the alternative school." Yeah.
Well, you've come a long way, Dan.
Good man, baby. We have email questions coming in saying, "Dear Dan, Mr. Fincher did not answer the total number, dollar amount that he's taking in subsidies. Is it 3.2? What is it?" Signed, Rick.
Yeah, it's not 3.2. It averages, like I said, between 175 and 200 a year. I think they're using numbers for the last 10 years. So